it is really important to keep in mind that the east of Greenland is more wild than the west coast of Greenland. Just to give you an example, 3,000 people living there. And on the west coast, there is 57,000 people living there. So as you can see, few people are living on the east coast. So it's completely isolated. You have landscapes like very alpine mountains, so it's completely different from the west coast. But also you have all these sea ice coming from the North Pole. We call this sea ice the transpolar pack ice. It's very difficult to cross it even with the Commandant Charcot. But the beauty of this ship is that we can reach the east coast during the springtime. I mean, during the time where the Inuits are very active. This is the place where you have a higher probability to observe the polar bears. If your dream is to really want to see them close, or even just to see them in their natural environment, completely icy, and trying to catch some seal, the Ammassalik springtime with the Commandant Charcot is definitely the voyage that you have to take from the end of April to the end of May. You will be able to see mother and calves, but these voyages is not only for the wildlife, but the focus is also make on the local population, because you will meet them during a period where any other ship are going, so you will see them in the real traditional suits, and believe me, it changed completely the experience. If you went to Tasiilaq during the summer, try to go to Tasiilaq during the springtime, and you will have the feeling to be in the two different places, because the atmosphere is so different. I will recommend the voyages on the east coast of Greenland for the people who have a good physical condition. They are able to do a lot of activities like dog sledging, polar hikes, snowshoeing, but also you will be able to do a polar trek, because you will have the opportunity to ski and to sleep under a tent on the sea ice. I was expedition leader on board, and every time I went in the Arctic, the first question I asked the passenger in the theater was, who did Antarctica? And believe me, hundreds of guests raised their hand, and I said, okay, now forget it. In Antarctica, the fauna is not entered since decades, so they are not afraid about us. It's a very different experience. In the Arctic, you have just to understand that when you are visiting the Arctic, you are visiting the local communities, and they are hunters. This is what we call substantial hunting. So they kill just for what they need. This is what they have done for thousands of years. So during this time, when you are coming during the spring, okay, you will see the polar bears. And believe me, this is the best moment of the year to observe them very closely. But also, springtime is an explosion of nature. You will have the tundra, a lot of flowers, colors everywhere. All the migratory birds will come from the south to breed and to give birth also to the chicks. So the springtime in Greenland is definitely not a time where you have nothing to see, but not at all. This is the time where the life is completely crazy. To discover the real traditional life of Inuit, this is the place where you will have the best opportunity to observe polar bear in their real environment. And finally, because the east coast of Greenland is more wild than the west coast.